Hey there, it's dementia season. Isn't it always dementia season? I mean, this disease is everywhere. I don't think I've ever met a person that has not been touched by this horrible disease, whether it's Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. We all most likely are going to encounter it. I had someone on, I think it was my TikTok live, but it might have been Instagram. So my apologies. And I usually try to get people's names and I didn't. But I want to thank whoever asked for this particular topic for me to do a show on it. It was actually just yesterday or the day before that this request came in. So I thought, let's kind of jump right on it. First of all, before we get too far, I would love it if you would please subscribe to the channel. It's that big red button right down here. When you subscribe, what it does is it will put any new videos that I do, it'll put it right in your feed for you so that you are more than likely not to miss anything going forward. And what it also does is the more subscribers a person like me has, the more subscribers we have on our channel, it tells the algorithms in Google and in YouTube that people like the content. And what it does is it starts sharing it and putting it in front of other people who may be searching for things like you were. And so what you're doing by subscribing is you're actually helping other people to find valuable information that they too, I'm sure, need. So you would be helping out other families actually by subscribing to this channel. So I and other families, we all want to thank you for subscribing. We also have such a great community of people on this channel. We don't put up with haters or bots or rude or whatever. Like, those people are immediately removed from the channel. So this is a safe space for you to ask questions, voice your opinions, and just come together with others who are in the same predicament as you are. It was interesting. I had someone who just graduated from my course, Babette. Babette, if you're out there, hi, sweetheart. When she was only after her first day of class, there's 4 of them, she said, I don't feel like I'm deserted out on this island all by myself anymore. And she said that all the techniques were working for her and that she was so much calmer. So this is a really great place for you to come together with others and meet other people who are having some of the same problems and issues that you are, because I know this is a very lonely journey. So make sure you subscribe. Boy, I've been kind of going off on that for a while. But the person who requested this, and again, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but thank you so much, because this is a very important topic. So this person had asked for me to do a video about when other people try to give you advice about how to take care of a person with Alzheimer's or dementia, or whether to put them in a nursing home or whatever the advice is. But they asked me to do a video on when other people give you advice when they've never lived it themselves, and telling people what they should do for their loved one. And this is a tough topic, because if you haven't lived it, you don't have a clue. You really don't have a clue what it's like, how weightful this is on you. I mean, it just weighs you down. It consumes you. It literally consumes you. And so it isn't fair if you haven't really been in these shoes. And even if you have been in these shoes, everybody who has this disease is very different. So somebody giving you advice may have had a much different experience, right? Their person with dementia, maybe they didn't have anger issues, right? Or maybe they were so off the rails with anger issues and wanting to go home and exit seeking and dangerous situations that they're like, you got to put your person in a nursing home because they're not safe. but that might not be your experience. So this disease in particular is very different from person to person and family to family, right? And resources, like you could be in one part of the country and somebody could be in another part of the country or another part of the world where the resources are completely different, right? So it isn't fair. It isn't fair, even if you have lived it or you haven't lived it, giving advice to somebody who is taking care of a person with dementia is very, very personalized. So if you're the person who's out there giving advice, please do it very cautiously. Maybe ask first. I think that's always nice to ask, can I share my thoughts, right? Or do you just want to vent, right? So if my friend comes to me with a problem and they're like, I'm having this problem, and we're having coffee and they're telling me all their issues, then I should say something like, would you appreciate my thoughts on that? Or do you just want to vent and you're good? Like, you tell me, what do you want from me? Rather than jumping in and saying, well, I would do this and I would do that, and you should do this and you should do that, and this is this and this is that. But that's my opinion. That's my bias. That's my experiences. That's my life. It's not hers or his, right? So maybe we need to be a little more conscious about asking someone if they want to hear your opinion. Would you like me to share my thoughts on that? Because maybe they don't want to hear your opinion. Maybe they do just want to vent and let it go and have someone to talk to, not necessarily hear from, right? So I think as human beings, I think the world would be a much better place if we started asking permission before we're constantly giving our opinions about everything. Because this is what makes the world a better place, is that we do all have different opinions and we do have all different points of view. But we have to be careful with that because sometimes sharing that is not the best idea. So, what do we do when we come across someone who is sharing their opinions and their point of view, and it's not really welcomed by the receiver? What do we do? It was very interesting. I belong to this business group of very, very intelligent business people, and they're an amazing group. And I don't remember the particular situation, and even if I did, I wouldn't share it. But I remember I was having an issue with something or someone, and someone in this group said to me, "Oh, I have the perfect comeback for unwanted, unsolicited criticisms, or you should do this and you should do that and you have to do this and you have to do that." And she said it to me and I said, "Oh my God, can you say that again?" And she said it again. I was like, okay, much slower, because I literally have to write this down. And I have not burned this into my long-term memory yet. I actually have it written down right here next to my computer. But it was genius. And I do have to burn this into my memory, because sometimes, like this person who had asked about me doing a YouTube video like this, I'm sure that they're struggling. How do I respond? How do I respond to someone who is telling you what you should do for your loved one when they've never lived it? They don't know what you're going through. I don't necessarily want their advice, and they don't know what they're talking about, right? They just have completely no idea what they're talking about. So how do you respond to that person? So here you go. You ready? Share this with your friends. Here it is. Are you ready? Okay. And I want you to comment below. I want you to comment below what you think of this statement. Thank you. Thank you so much for caring enough to share your thoughts. I promise to weigh it carefully. Is that good stuff or what? Put good stuff down in the comments. Put good stuff if you thought that was a good line. And it's interesting because my course that I teach, on how to care for someone with Alzheimer's and dementia, with whether it's, anger, aggression, they want to go home, they won't take a shower, they won't take their meds, they won't change their clothes, like arguing, like all of that. My course is very, very script based, and I talk a lot about say this, don't say that. Um, you know, I give like 5-10 sentences for each problem that you may encounter, hallucinations, like everything, sundowning, all of that. And it's so funny that I never thought of like coming up with something like that on how to talk to somebody who's trying to offer you their best advice. So I'm going to say it again. You ready? And you can, I mean, of course, you can make your own variations to this, but I just think it's brilliant. Thank you for caring enough to share your thoughts. So you're thanking them, right? You're thanking them for caring enough to want to help, right? So thank you for caring enough to want to help me. I promise I'll weigh that very carefully. Or I'll really consider what you said. Thank you. Done. Done. Right? So you've let them know that you appreciate what they said to you and that you'll consider it. And that should be hopefully be the end of it, right? But I just thought that that was brilliant. And it was funny when this person requested this video, I instantly went to that line and I couldn't remember it. I had to dig in all my papers and find the little note that I had written on it weeks ago. And it's just funny. Isn't it funny how things just kind of come together for you and you think, oh, that, oh my God, that would be perfect. So I hope that that helps you out. And I hope that we can all learn to communicate with each other better in the cognitive world and in the dysfunctional cognitive world, because that's what I'm about. My superpower is communicating with those who have cognitive dysfunction. My superpower, they call me the dementia whisperer. My superpower is getting rid of disruptive behaviors, getting communication techniques that work, and getting the results that you need from your person with dementia, getting rid of your stress, resentment, and guilt. That's what I do. That's my superpower. If you're interested in more, there's all kinds of links below, but look into the course. It's only 4 days. It'll change your life. Watch the testimonies. They'll tell you the whole story. I don't need to sit here and preach it to you. Listen to what my participants are saying, because it has a 100% success rate and a 100% money back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose. But I hope to see you in class, because that's where the real change happens. And I hope you'll join me, because you deserve it. And so does your person with dementia. I'm Debra Costu. I'm so glad you're here. Subscribe. I love you. You can do this. I won't let you fail. I'm going to help you every step of the way, if you let me. I'm Debra Costu, dementia expert. See you next time.